In this day and age, football players are often considered fearless titans that show off their incredible skills in the greatest stadiums. However, some athletes, even the fiercest ones, can suffer from various phobias. In today's video, we're going to take a closer look at some of them, as we try to answer the question, what are football players afraid of? You don't want to miss this one. So starting out, do you remember Dennis Bergkamp? Of course you do. The Dutchman was well known as one of the greatest Arsenal stars in the late 90s and early 2000s. However, not everybody knows that the striker had a severe fear of flying. When he played for Arsenal, the team's manager Arsene Wenger wasn't able to play him in the often important away Champions League games. That was of course because these games required flying. Bergkamp's fear started in 1994 when he travelled to the United States with his national team. The player wrote in his autobiography where he claimed he would never fly a plane again. He said, "I began to develop such an aversion to it that I would look up at the sky during an away game to see what the weather was like. Were there any clouds coming? Sometimes I was preoccupied by the flight home while I was on the pitch playing football. It was hell." This is called aviophobia, which is quite serious in Bergkamp's case because it caused the player to lose money. The teams that he played for had to consider the fact that he won't be available for all the matches. Moving on, as a football player, David Beckham has never shied away from hard tackles. However, he has a very interesting phobia. When Michael Palin interviewed him for the BBC, the midfielder confessed that he's afraid of frogs. The presenter called him a wimp, and David admitted, "I'm not a big frog fan, especially when they're bright orange. I've been told they're pretty dangerous." So I was a little bit nervous about that. Next up we have Matt Holland, a retired football player who played for Ipswich and a few other teams, with the Englishman admitting he has a fear of cats and dogs. In an interview he said, "I'm scared of most animals, and I won't have cats or dogs in the house, but I really enjoy horses." Jesus Navas is next on our list, who gets extremely homesick when he's away from Sevilla. This may be a problem during long training camps, especially in other countries or tournaments. The condition was so serious that the player had to undergo therapy to deal better with his anxiety attacks. With that said, he was able to play for Man City for a few years. Then he received a lucrative offer from Chelsea, but turned it down in order to return to his hometown. Finally on our list we have the Manchester United player Phil Jones, who has a really interesting phobia. The defender looks and plays like he's not afraid of anything on the pitch. However, he refuses to use elevators. To make it even more peculiar, he's only afraid of them when he's outside of England. He said, "When I go abroad, I can't go in lifts. I don't mind in England, but I can't do it when I go away." Well, that concludes today's video. And remember, we're inviting all football fans to join the free browser game footballteamgame.com. Simply follow the link in the description. Apart from that, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you later.